go. We'll start standing, feet hip distance apart. Outside edges of your feet parallel, ankles, knees, hips and shoulders in line. Lift through your spine, sink your shoulders down your back. Take a nice full breath, breathe down into your chest. And as you exhale, tighten through your core muscles, draw your tummy in, lift your pelvic floor muscles, engage your glutes, and then we'll squat. So just hinging your hips up and down a few times, sit your hips back behind you, push through your heels, rise up to stand. So just squatting with that nice straight back, making sure that the hips are untucking as they push back behind you, so you keep that length in your back. As you push the floor, feel your hamstrings work. Tune into the muscles that are engaging as you rise up, making sure that your glutes are engaging, your heels are pushing to the floor. And then we'll stay standing, circle through your shoulders a few times, just alternating one and the other, forward, up, back and down, all the way around. And then we'll circle through your arm, keep it slightly bent, come up the front of your body, down the back of your body, rotating around through your shoulder, big circles round, just warming up through your shoulders. Press your feet into the floor, keep your feet nice and parallel. Bring your hands in front of your chest and we'll twist the soft shoulders, rotate your upper body from left to right. So just twisting gently into your waist. Try not to get too much movement down your legs. So just try to feel that mainly across this middle portion of your body. Shoulders relaxing, spine lengthening, so feel your chin tucking in, top of your head lifting. And then we'll stay in the middle, drop your arms down. Reach to the side, let your hands slide down your leg. Come up, stand tall, and then change sides. So alternating. Reach down, come up tall, feel that stretching down into your waist. Just warming up your body, your back, your legs, your arms and shoulders. Getting ready to move. And then we'll stay up in the centre and bend your elbows up. So pin your elbows to your sides, bend your elbows, open and close your hands. So you're not arched forward, opening. Try and get shoulders soft so your back is nice and neutral. Elbows pulling in as your hands open, opening across your chest. And then we're going to grab a band or a strap next. So you can just use like a belt or a stretchy band. And I'm just checking to see what I've got. So relax your arms and grab hold of whatever you've got. Bring your palms facing down. Hold the band nice and taut and then lift your arms straight up and down in front of you. So nice straight arms. Engage your core muscles so that you're keeping nice posture and your hips are over your heels. Back is nice and lengthened. Holding just a gentle, you can hold like a bit of a tension on your band with your hands, but the movement is not for strength on this one. So what we're doing is lifting your arms up and down to get the rotation in your shoulders. So straight arms as you come up, straight arms as you come down, and just holding that tension. So if you've got a strap, same thing, you're holding it taut as you come up and down, and you don't want to be going arch in your back because then you're not having the movement in your shoulders, it's moving into your chest. So keep your arms in that nice neutral position, come up the front as far as you can, feel that length through your elbows, so notice if your elbows are trying to bend to help you, all the way up, all the way down. Nice and neutral through your back, so you can tighten your tummy to support your back in staying in that position with good posture. All the way up, all the way down. And then keep your arms down and come behind your back. This time, palms facing forward. So palms face down, backs of your hands are behind you. Arms are about hip or slightly wider than hip, shoulder distance apart. They're going to come up behind you. So your hands kind of sit by your sides. clench onto the band or the strap, lift up and down behind you. And try to get an opening through the front of your shoulder. So you're not lifting in that position. You've got an openness in your shoulders and then you lift. Openness in your shoulders and lift. And you're not arching your back to do it. You're not sticking your chest forward to do it. You're trying to get the openness in your shoulders, lift up and down. So just tune into what you're doing. Maybe look in a mirror, see what's moving, what's trying to help you. Straight arms, lengthen your elbows, soften your shoulders and open your chest. Coming up and down, and then we'll hold on the next one. So lift your arms up, hold there, sink your shoulders down your back. Feel that rotation in your shoulders without the arch in your back. Hold. You can grip strongly with your hands if that helps. Keep your head quite neutral. Breathe. Breathe into your chest. Try and feel your ribcage expand. See if you can lift your arms a little bit higher. Take another deep breath. And then release. Relax. And drop the band down. And then we're just going to loosen up through your shoulders. So just circle both shoulders all the way around. Kind of a nice relaxed shoulder. So as they drop down, almost feel they're flopping down. Your arms are flopping. Breathing as you move. Relax your shoulders, rest them still, and then tilt your head from side to side. Ear dropping towards your shoulder. So just tilting one side then the other, just getting a range of movement to start with. Feeling a stretch. And then up in the middle, turn left to right. Shoulders stay forward, so just notice if your body is trying to twist to help your neck. And then keep your head in the middle and just flop your arms. Let your arms be floppy and relaxed. Shoulders lift up and then sink down, really exaggerating that movement as your arms flop. And then we'll swing one arm, just swing forwards and backwards across your body, just trying to get softness and relaxation into your elbow and your shoulder joint. And then change the other one, just floppy arm, shoulder, just softening, trying to relax through the muscles, through the tissues, relax. And then keep that arm still. And then we'll do the legs. So we're going to swing your leg. So just swing. You can hold on to something if you need to. So you're just trying to get a relaxed, no control swing down that leg. And then change legs. Balancing or holding on if you're wobbly. The point is not the balance of this one. The point is the floppy leg. So you're just trying to let the hips swing, let the knee be soft, the foot be floppy, the arms, if you're balanced, flopping around too. And then relax, rest that foot down. And we'll come onto a chair or the wall, we'll stretch your hamstrings out, so arms reach forward, feet go back, sink your chest down in between your arms. Relax your shoulders, get that nice length, so your tailbone sticking up, your belly button sinking towards the floor. Your head is straight between your arms, so not sinking down, not stressed up. And then just work your heels into the ground. So one at a time, push one heel down, bend and soften the other heel. So one knee bending, your heel lifting, one heel really pushing into the floor. Just easing into this stretch into your legs, encouraging the backs of your knees, hamstrings to release. And then push both heels down into the floor, lengthen through your back, we'll just hold there. Breathing into the stretch, trying to find that softness in the stretch. It doesn't matter if your knees are slightly bent or your back is slightly curled, but you're aiming towards lengthening your back first, and then lengthening your legs. So you want to try and keep neutral in your back as much as you can. yourself up and bring one foot in towards the wall of the chair. Push your back heel down. So the front knee can be bent or straight, but just holding a stretch into the back leg. So just hold there. And then lift your heel up and push your heel down. So keep your back leg nice and straight. Hips point forward, feet point forward. Come up and down onto the ball of your foot. Push your heel to the floor. And your feet can be a bit closer if your calves are tight. You want that back heel to be pressing into the ground as it pushes down. We'll do one more and then keep your heel down, push your heel down, lengthen through that leg, hold, 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 hold. Pushing off the front foot, pushing into the wall to bring the weight into the back leg. And then we'll change legs. So just hold the stretch to start with, stride forward, push your heel down, hips and feet point forward, holding that stretch. And then lift your heel up, push it down, lift up, push your heel down. Really lengthening the back leg, feel the heel pushing down. Mobilising into your foot as well, so into your ball of your foot, your toes, getting that flex as you come up. And then hold with the heel pushed down, push your heel down, push against front foot, the wall, to get the weight into the back heel to hold that stretch. And then we'll come back to the middle and bring both arms straight out to the side. Bring your thumbs up and turn your thumbs back. And then push your thumbs back to the wall behind you. So pulsing backwards, forwards and backwards. And you might get a bit of an arch in your chest as it goes forward. Don't worry too much. Kind of just try and create a nice loose movement. Thumbs pushing back, rotating your arms towards the back wall as much as you can. Just trying to get a bit of softness into your shoulders if you can. And then relax your arms down, circle your shoulders, just give them a rest, shake. And then we'll do the same thing again. Thumbs up, but this time circle round. So circles from the shoulders down your arms. Nice long straight arms. Soft shoulders, circle all the way around. And then go the other way, change direction. And then relax your arms down. Reach one arm up and over. Let one hand slide down towards your knee, let the other arm reach up to the ceiling. Hold that side stretch. Feet pressing into the floor, arm lifting high. Take a breath into your chest. Feel these ribs lift and open as you breathe. And then come back, stand tall, change arms, other arm, reach up, lift up, slide to the side, open that chest, breathe into your chest. Soften that top shoulder. Breathe and expand your lungs, breathe into the stretch. And come back to the middle. Turn one foot over, press the top of your foot into the floor, pushing your ankle towards the ground, lengthen through the front of your foot, pushing the tops of your toes into the floor. And then change legs of the foot. Top of your foot, so pushing the top of your ankle, top of your foot down towards the ground, stretching at the front of your foot. And then bring your feet back to the centre. And we're going to bend one knee, slide the other foot forward, and then pull back to the centre. Same leg. Forward, pull back in. So as that leg slides back to the centre, you're trying to push down into the floor. So you are activating at the back of your leg. The back knee is weight bearing and bending. So slight bend, squat position. Pull the floor with the other foot as you come back. You can hold on to something if you need to, but try and balance if you can. Back knee bends, front knee pulls in. Back knee bends, front knee pulls the ground. So you're getting an engagement at the back of your leg as it slides to the centre. And then we'll change legs. So bring your weight onto that other leg, bend your back knee, push the floor, come up. Bend your standing leg. Push the floor with your straight leg, come in. Back knee bends, front foot pushes the floor. Getting that engagement. up the back leg as you drag into the middle. Squat position, so as your hips go back, you keep it, you're hinging forward. Do about 3 more. Push the floor, come up. Is that 1 more? Push the floor, come up. And then we're going to take your feet hip distance apart. Do the same thing out to the side. So pull in and then bend, pull in. So push your foot down into the ground as you pull in. And we'll do about 4 more. Push the floor, pull in. 1. Push the floor, pull in. 2. Keep this nice and supportive, this standing leg. Last one. And then change legs, so balance on the other leg. Bend your standing leg. Pull in. Get that engagement up your inner thighs. Inner thigh as you pull, gripping the floor as you pull in. Central leg bends. Slide your moving leg along the floor. Slide and stand. What do you reckon? About 4 more. Slide and stand. That's 1. Push the floor as you come in. 2. Push the floor, slide in. 3. Push the floor. 4. And we'll come down onto your knees. Come down onto the mat. Onto your knees. So your body's stacked up. Oh, let's just get this. So up on your knees, bring 1 foot forward, foot in front of your knee, and then sink your hips down, and we'll just hold this stretch here. So you try to pull your shoulders back a bit. Hips push forward, tilt your pelvis forward. Just hold that stretch into your hip. Take a few deep breaths. If you're not getting much stretch, you can reach your arms up to the ceiling, but it's usually because you've got the wrong position in your pelvis. So try to tilt your pelvis and lean back slightly. It shouldn't be a bad stretch or any pain in your back. Trying to find a stretch through your hips, so maybe into your thigh, hip, maybe into your back a little bit, but not painful. Breathe there. And then righting yourself back up, you can bring this front foot in a bit. I'm just going to align it with my knee a bit more. Tuck your back toes, and then you can keep your hands on that front knee or on the floor. You're going to lift your back knee up and down. So coming up, 1, 2, pushing the floor, 3, through both legs, 4, 5, core muscles engaging, 7, 1 more, 8, and relax. Untuck the back toes, drop that knee. Other foot forward, so you're getting your stretch to start with, foot in front of your knee, so that when you lunge forward, your knee stays in line with your ankle. Sink your hips down, tuck your pelvis forward, pull your shoulders back, reach both arms up if you need to, if you want to, if that feels like a nice stretch. And then hold that position and breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe into that stretch. Noticing where you feel it and if it's the same as the other side. Probably in your quads or hip. Flex the stretch. Sink a bit deeper if you can, if it loosens. And then we'll come back up. Bring that foot nicely aligned with your knee. Tuck your back toes under and then lifting the back knee. So if you have your hands on the floor, it just helps you a little bit, but press both feet into the ground, lift your back knee just an inch off the floor. 2, 3, press the floor. 4, core muscles tightening. 5, 6, 7, 8, rest the back knee down. Bring your knee back down and then sit your hips back over your heels, reach your arms forward, sink your chest over your knees towards the floor. So you're stacking up, heels, hips, back, arms reaching forward, chest sinking down, head to the floor, pushing through the front of your ankles. So push your ankles down into the ground to a comfortable you know, if it's really uncomfortable, then ease it, but try and get that stretch in the front of your feet. Lengthen through your lower back, sink your chest. And breathe. Breathe into your chest in this position. And then we'll come up. Shift forwards, and you're going to come onto your forearms, so bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Take your feet back and then drop your hips to the floor. Untuck your toes. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, hands flat to the ground. Pull your elbows like you're trying to slide your forearms back towards your waist. Lengthen up through your tummy. Press your hip bones down into the ground. Open your chest, softening your shoulders. And you can look down, forward or up. And we'll just take a few breaths here. Lengthening through your tummy, the front of your body, but you're trying to open the chest, open the shoulders as you hold that position and breathe. So just soften your shoulders, breathe deeply into your chest. And then tuck your toes back under again and press your knees into the floor, tighten your tummy, come up into this bridge position with your knees on the ground. So your hips are up higher than your head. From that position, we're going to straighten one leg, then the other. So alternate the straight leg, engage through your core muscles. Keep this nice neutral position so you're not arching through your back. You've got, if anything, your hips are slightly tucked under. Your core muscles are strong. Feel your tummy engaging. Soft shoulders, soft neck. One, then the other. Your leg straightens. Back of your knee pushes up towards the ceiling. Firming through your tummy, working through your core muscles. Breathing all the way through the movement. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then keep your knees down and hold that position. Tighten through your tummy, soften through your shoulders, take a breath. And then rest your hips back to the floor gently. Back into that stretch for your tummy. Shoulders opening, look up. Breathe and relax. And then we'll release out of it. You can come onto your side or come up to sitting. And you can sit on a cushion or a block if you need to, if you're very curled on your back. We'll cross your legs over. Sit nice and tall. You can bring your hands behind you. Lengthen through your spine and then hinge forward, sit forward. Let your belly drop over your legs, your thighs. And breathe deeply. So you might be higher up here. You can always have your knees, your hands on your knees and kind of pull forward so your chest opens, your back lengthens. And then just breathing and relaxing into that stretch. And then we'll cross the other way. So uncross, cross with the other foot in front. Sit tall, lengthen your back, lengthen forward. Find that length in your lower back. Feel the stretch through your legs or back. Softening and breathing. And then come up, bring the soles of your feet together. Try and sit nice and tall. You can have your hands behind you. Sit tall, press your knees out towards the floor. You can always have your hands on your ankles or shins and push your elbows down as you lengthen through your back and your spine. And then just take a few breaths there. You can have a gentle bouncing movement. And then hold still. Sit tall, breathe. And then we'll come and lie down. Bring your band with you. Come and lay on your back. Loop the band around your leg and straighten up to the ceiling. So keep that length in your back. One knee bent, one leg straight, lengthen up to the ceiling. Just holding the stretch, nice and lengthened down the back of your leg, stretching into your hamstring. And then bring that that leg across your body. So bring your band into the opposite hand and come across as far as you can. The hip can lift, that's fine. Just, it will probably get uncomfortable if you go too far. So you want to keep the heel pushing up, toes pulling down. And then just notice like a nervy stretch down your leg. To ease it, you can take your leg further away from you. And you can move the other leg out of the way if that feels more comfortable to straighten it. Breathe into that stretch. And then open, so come back through the middle. Take the band into the other hand. Keep the foot flexed. Open the other way. So bring your toes up towards your head. Open wider to make it harder. Balancing yourself in the centre so your arm can come open, your other knee can flop open just so that you don't roll to the side. Take a breath there. And then we'll switch legs. So come back through the middle and change. Other foot looped around the band. Lengthen that leg up to the ceiling, keep the length in your back. Take some deep breaths. Feel your pelvis on the floor. Feel the foot stretching up to the ceiling. See if that foot can lengthen a bit more, if the knee can straighten a bit more. Breathing into the stretch. And then bring the band into the opposite hand and then come across to a comfortable-ish position. So it doesn't need to be too far. Toes pulling down, heel pushing up. You can straighten your other leg if it's in the way or extend it a little bit. That hip can lift. And breathe, breathe down your leg. Notice where you feel the stretch. And then we'll bring that leg back through the middle, switch hands with your band, and bring the leg out to the side. So gently opening through the full range of movement. Find that position. You can counterbalance with the other arm and your leg can flop out. Pull your toes towards you. Doesn't matter if your knee is slightly bent, that's fine. Feel that stretch up your inside thigh. And again, breathe and relax into that stretch. Tuck your chin, let your head rest heavy to the floor. One more deep breath in and out. And then pull that leg back up to the middle. Unloop the band, pop the band to the side. Cross one leg over the other and pull your knees into your chest, keeping that length in your back. In this position, you can just circle that foot round a couple of times. You can do both if you want to, one or both. Circle round. And then change direction, circle the other way. And then rest your feet down. We'll switch legs and cross the other one, hug your knees in, circling one or both feet. Let's get those ankle rotations. And the other way. And relax, rest that foot down to the ground. And we'll come into a chest stretch. So you can lay on your bolster if you want to, on your foam roller. I'll just show you on the floor to start with, so elbows bending at the side, backs of your hands opening to the floor, so you can just relax in this position with the back of your chest sinking to the ground. Or you can bring in a blocks, a pillow, or a foam roller. Sitting on the foam roller, we'll roll back, keep your knees bent so that you're balanced. Open your arms out to the side and just let your arms hang off this side. Let's move this way. So your arms, elbows hang. Head is heavy, chin is tucked. My arms are not on the floor. You might get tingly sensations. You might feel uncomfortable. Just breathing and staying with it as long as you can. Keeping your back on the bolster. So don't arch your back, your upper back especially. Keep the neutral position in your lower back. And just notice one side than the other. So if you kind of shift your weight, roll a little bit, you can notice if one side's nearer to the floor than the other. So my right hand is like knocking on the floor, my left is not. Tuck your chin, lengthen your neck. Breathe, breathe into the stretch, breathe into it. And then we'll bring your hands gently back up to the middle. Going to open out to the side, straighten your arms, bend your elbows and come back in. So I'll just show you the movement that you're doing, laying on the bolster. Elbows in, straight and close. Open, straight, bend and close. Open, straight, bend and close. So you're doing that laying on the bolster. Open. Still keeping that nice neutral position in your back. Chin slightly tucked, neck is long. Moving through it just gently and not too quickly so that you can really feel that as your arms open, they're going through the full range of movement. So you're getting the stretch as your arms open towards the floor. Then you're gently, slowly reaching up, gently, slowly coming back and in, so that you're as open as you can be. If you move too quickly and your muscles get involved, they'll probably work through a smaller range of movement, less opening. We want to get the stretch as well on this one. And then we'll just relax with your arms open again. So open, Y shape, take some deep breaths. Soften your shoulders down your back. And then gently and elegantly get yourself off the foam roller. So slide off to the side. You can gently come up the front. And come and sit down in a comfortable seated position. Knees bent or straight, or you can sit on a chair. And then we'll bring one hand across your body. So reach the arm out in front of you, sink your shoulder down as you hug in. Soft shoulder pulling into your upper back. Breathe into that stretch. See if your shoulder can push a bit further down. And then we'll change arms. Back through the middle, reach your other arm across. Hug it in using the other hand. Sink the shoulder down. Lift your spine tall. Breathe. See if that shoulder will soften a bit more. And then come back to the middle. Both arms out to the side. Hug your arms around your chest. So bring your hands to your upper back. Soften your shoulders down your back. Reach your fingertips around, breathe into your hands, breathe into your back. See if you can move your hands a bit further around your back. Another deep breath in. And then change arms, other hand on top. You can open out wide, throw them around, reach your fingertips, soften your shoulders, breathe into your back, sitting tall. Sink your shoulders down with the exhale. Or your fingertips reach a bit further round. Take another deep breath in. And then bring your arms back to the front. In front of you, hands together, push your elbows in and apart. In towards each other and open. In and open. In and open. And then release your arms, bring them behind your back, interlock your fingers, stretch, lengthen, lift your arms, hold there, take a nice deep breath. See if you can lengthen your neck, so shoulders sink down, head lifts, chin tucks. Breathe into that stretch across your chest. One more deep breath. Nice full breath in down to your chest. And then you can release your arms around, rest your hands down on your knees, and we'll finish there. Well done.